Hello everyone, this is Nova and I'm recording another installment of my top tarot trumps. Top tarot trumps, if you don't know, which I doubt because a lot of tarot tubers are participating in this series of videos, is basically a tag created by Mascha over at Musings by Mascha. In each video we show a few, usually 5 but sometimes more, of our tarot trumps, and this video today is about my Hierophants and the Lovers. So jumping right into it, the first one that I want to show you is this Hierophant from the Vampire Tarot by Natalie Hertz. I think it's really cool. The energy of this card, the meaning that I see behind it, is basically that religious blood-sucking energy that we all know about, that has been through a whole history. That type of Hierophant has been the number one cause of all evil in the world. I don't mean everyone that is religious, of course I do not mean that, but you know what I mean. If you take a look at the history, what has happened in the world, the most vicious and biggest wars all over the world throughout the history has been created by this type of Hierophant. If this card comes out in a reading, I get so much out of it, just this one card. And it affects the entire reading. It doesn't matter how many cards are in there. This card has so much effect. I don't mean just the Hierophant card, I mean this specific card. I think it's really cool as well. I really like this deck, which is out of print now, and it was created by Natalie Hertz in the 90s, I think, or 80s. So this is my first Hierophant. The second one is a completely different energy, different type of Hierophant. This is from Super Lunaris Tarot, and I have the indie version. I know there's also a mass market version. I have the indie one, and I love this deck. It reads so well. I love this Hierophant. I have been to India. I have seen people like this, with this type of energy over there. Also, this card reminds me of the film Baraka, which came out in the beginning of 90s, I think. I hope you have seen that movie. It's not a movie, it's a film. It's like 3-hour film. It's just undeniably cool. Again, it's a really cool card. And again, I get a download of information when I see this card in a reading. Absolutely a favorite. Next is, this is a mountain goat from Northern Animal Tarot. This card is from the 3rd edition with the linen cardstock. And I just love the whole Asian spiritual, like guru kind of vibes of this card. And you see all these keys. It's a shame that you can't see them clearly because they are the same color as his clothing. Look how cool his clothing is and the whole thing. And this deck comes with 2 Hierophants actually. So this one is a Christian Hierophant, as you see, and this one is like a Asian one. And I really like the looks of the Asian one. I love this deck. This is my soul deck. So this is my 3rd favorite Hierophant. Next is this one from Al Goliath Tarot. So here you see the Hierophant with eyes back of his head. And again, this card communicates a lot with me. Like, Hierophant is someone that can see everywhere. And all the keys symbolizing all different types of religions and schools of thought and belief systems. The Master of Keys is the key phrase of this card. Look how cool this card is. This is one of those cards that when it comes in a reading, every single time I read it differently, depending on the cards around it. And I love it that it's his back. It's like we are following him without even being invited to. I mean, I can say so many things about this card. As I said, it really depends in which type of reading it comes out and what are the cards around it. But it's just really cool. I really appreciate this art. All the cards that I'm showing you, of course, it's definitely about the art as well. So this was the fourth Hierophant, and the last one is this guy. I mean, come on. The moment I think about my favorite Hierophant, every single time, this guy comes into my mind. His crossed eyes, full of confidence, and it seems like he's wearing one glove, like this one is missing, but like how I see it, he has it tattooed on his hand, and here it's on his glove. Of course, this is the woodblock mistake, but I like to see it that way, that on his right hand the cross is tattooed on his hand. And it seems like he has 3 followers here. I just really love it. I love the color palette. This is, by the way, from Piatnik. I will put the names of all the decks in the description box. And of course, I forgot to say, I will put a link to Mascha's original videos, her Hierophant and her lovers, and also a few videos of my friends that have participated in this tag, and I recommend, also in the description box. Okay, starting with the lovers. So this is the first lovers from Hieronymus Bosch Tarot. And here you see Adam, Eve, and God. How cool is that? And look at Adam. I mean, I don't have to explain why I love this card, right? I'm a sucker for medieval paintings. And I'm so happy that there are so many medieval decks out there. But this is my absolute favorite lover card, just because of the way Adam and Eve look. And God also. This is a piece of a huge painting by Hieronymus Bosch. It's such a stunning deck as well, and very strange. These are the backs. Okay, next. From Taro Yokai, you see the wedding of Katsune. I'm quite sure these are Katsune. Katsune is this mythical spirit, metaphysical creature, like a fox spirit type of things in Japanese mythology. And I have a thing for Katsune. I have a thing for Japanese culture, first of all, big time. And also I have a thing for Katsune. And then this card that is showing you a wedding, a proper wedding ceremony of Katsune, of course, is one of my absolute favorite lovers of all time. And again, I get a download of information with this card because it has so much meaning in it. The way you can interpret a Katsune spirit in a reading, and a wedding, a metaphysical wedding, all these Katsune behind them, oh, with Japanese kimonos. I mean, come on, how beautiful is this card? This is a mass market deck, but it's gorgeous. And it's, again, a very strange one. Very intuitive. The third one is the Lover's card from Circe Tarot. As the guidebook explains, this is Circe, and this is the Cupid himself. So it explains that Circe was so gorgeous and so attractive that Cupid himself falls in love with her. And here they are kissing, and Circe does not know, she's not aware that this is Cupid. Again, a very meaningful card. Not only it's beautiful and the concept is just really cool, but again, you can interpret it in so many different ways in a tarot reading. I really like this card. The stories in the guidebook for the Circe Tarot are so good. I do have a short video about Circe Tarot. In less than 10 minutes, we go through all the cards and take a look at the guidebook. I read like 2 or 3 of the cards from the guidebook, and I will link that video also in the description box. Another one is the Romeo and Juliet from Shakespeare Tarot. I love everything about this card. I love it that it's in Dutch and it says the Geliefden on top, meaning the lovers, and then in the bottom it says Romeo and Julia, because that's how the Dutch call Juliet. They say Julia. I find it just really adorable. And the painting itself is very nostalgic, takes me back to my childhood. I like the borders, the cardstock. I really like this deck. This is again out of print, but it's really cool. Again, like every other card that I showed you, I get a download of messages from this card as well, depending also on the cards around it. Every single time it could be a different information, a different interpretation. Love this color palette. And the last lovers and the last card. This one is from the Next World Tarot, and this is again another very meaningful and deep interpretation of the lovers. And I really understand this moment of falling in love with yourself, accepting everything about yourself, which is such a huge thing for everybody nowadays, not only for women, for men, women, kids, everyone. And it's such an important turning point in everyone's life when you reach this level. And it is a choice. I think it is a choice that you will decide one day to do this, to love yourself no matter what, to love all your imperfections, to be in absolute 100% acceptance of all your flaws and shortcomings, and not only physical, of course, in every possible way. I think it is a choice and a decision, and it's shown so perfectly in this card. So guys, this was it. This was my video. I thank Mascha at the end again for creating this beautiful tag, because watching everyone's video has opened a new door for me. It's like I got a window to other people's thought process, how they see these cards. It made me appreciate so many cards that I had not paid that much attention to. There are really so many good VRs on TarotTube. I'm just going to share a few of them with you. I have not seen all of them, of course. I am planning to see as many VRs possible to this tag because they are brilliant. So this was it. If you enjoy watching my videos, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share, and I hope to see you in the next one.